everybody, welcome to tape number 2. So in this tape we're going to go a lot of longer distance kicks. So before I go that far, I want you also to understand everything in ETMAS, Emin Boztep martial arts system, we know what we talk about. So I don't want to criticize other styles as I mentioned earlier in the tape 1. It's about the attacks we may have to defend against ourselves. Okay, it's important. So also against the kicks, you will see that my students understand and I understand about other type of attacks. So Yanis will perform a little bit for you guys different styles. I just put the name so you understand what type of attacks is easier, but really the styles doesn't matter. So like capoeira, Thai Muay Thai boxing, kickboxing, okay, like karate kicks. And then later on Michael will show typical Wing Chun kicks. They're less acrobatic, less flexible basically. I'm flexible in the sense of that you make splits. And then we go into application, show you how we use these things, okay? So enjoy it, Yanis. Okay, you will see Michael now doing very basic Wing Chun kicks. They're very straight, less acrobatic, but very effective, which we will demonstrate later in our application against the other type of kicks. Okay, please, Michael. Okay, let's go to the magnetic zone field I mentioned earlier. Here is about the relationship of distance and timing. And what we do is basically the distance, if somebody is a kicker and then you sense he's a kicker or he challenged you or whatever, or any type of bar fight, you don't know who the person is, maybe he has a knife, you want to go away, say, look, hey man, come, keep your hands up here. You don't know. So he cannot reach me. If he wants to kick me, he needs again to do this step. So the magnetic zone field is nothing else. If without a step, Janis, can you kick me from there? From there. You see? So he cannot kick me. I'm safe. I can do all these funny things to him. Woo! You see? I don't care really. But what he needs to do is to step to kick me. When he steps, I step. Boom! I'm already in here. You see? So I let him step. His first step is his very slow motion. If he steps, his first preparation step to come with his attack to kick me. You see? To get me right here. So most styles, we call them one-line fighters. So if you're here, he kicks me, and I go back, boom, I go, and he goes back, or he lets the combination. So psychologically, if you go back, you train fear. Okay, we as Wing Chun people, we know already, we have fear. I'm already know, because somebody wants to attack me, say, hey man, so inside is like this. So what we want to make fear become positive energy. Attack the person. Just like a rat being cornered, there's no hole to escape for him. He jumps at your face. So this is what's happening here. So if he makes the step to kick me, I just step at the same time. I'm already in. So he makes a step for me. I'm not anymore here. Slow motion. If I don't move, this is his target. He will just get to his target, you see? But the same thing again. If he moves, I move. Okay, just like a magnet. So once the longest weapon is his side kick probably, the stretched. So, and this is to touch me or hurt me, he must stay there. So if you have that about here and you step, if he kicks over there, just from there, he can never touch me. He needs at least a step on that line or in that line. If he steps in that line, and I'm here. So he has no chance to catch me, okay? So it's all about timing in this case, okay? And the distance you understood already, so he needs that distance to hit me. And my timing is, if he moves, I move. Not backwards, I move forward. Okay? So very, very simple. Of course, later on, we have our hand techniques, but I'll show you two things. The best is, of course, your footwork. If it's very well trained and your chain punches. Let's say he gives me a roundhouse kick. If I'm here, I'm in. I don't care about that kick. So the last thing, if you're very lazy, he comes, I just kick him, boom! So I don't need to step, which is effective too. But the problem is you have to chase the person afterwards. Okay, so as you see, it's a step, then it's a kick. But also we have our hand techniques, so we can mix it with the step together, which is actually very dangerous for the kicker, because the way he's going to drop is on his head. Of course, I'm not going to do it since I need Yanis still for future experiments. So if Yanis gives me the roundhouse kick, see, he rolls right down here and I can nail him down and then go after him, chase him, all right? We do all three as slow motion again. So let's have very slow motion. I can just step in, as you see, just move in before he can get there. The second, if I'm too lazy, moves in, just kick his hips to prevent him from getting hurt. Or the last one is very easy with the hand technique, and you lift him. Okay, so very last one again. See, if we're gonna, you hit him down. Okay, so these are the things, and the same approach I have against, again, all type of kicks. As I said in tape 1 about angles, same as here. If he gives me a roundhouse kick, just in the air, so he gives me a swing like a hook. You see this and a round kick, it's the same angle. If he gives me a back fist, you see, or he gives me a hook kick, so it's the same thing for me basically. Or like a hammer axe kick, whatever I call, diagonal kick, axe kick. See, I would just like a diagonal angle. Or a snap kick, which is like a jab, go straight forward, okay? So very important that you understand it's about angles, it's not about the attack itself. It really doesn't matter. So each of these techniques, let's say, if he gives me a snap kick, I can stop him, move in, okay? Or if he kicks me, just by footwork, move in. Or I can use my hand still, and then move in, just move in and drop him down and go after him. So all these three, very simple. Depends on your capability executing your skill here, right? So how well you have trained your steps. Most important thing is footwork. If you have no footwork, you become a target. And you know what people do to target? They shoot at targets, right? So you don't want to be a target. Even in later, if you train well, we don't stay like dummies here. So I'm moving, he comes, hey! Move in. So I use his tactics against him as well. So of course we don't jump like a boxer, but what we do is we approach him by tricking him, move in. Take his space away. Okay, remember earlier I said freedom of space? So here he can kick me, this is what, I don't know him. But if I trick him out and I'm here already, so he has very problems to kick me. Okay, so however, very slow motion against straight kicks. I can stop him, nail him down, move in. I can move out with my footwork. Okay, or I use my hand techniques as well. Just throw him down. Or the same as against spinning back kicks. Okay, if I'm very lazy, if he gives me spinning back kick, he turns his ass, you kick his ass. Simple as that. Or does it again, I move in. I'm in. Footwork. Or the last thing is again, your hand. If he comes, okay, or something we have like this. And maybe you kick from this side. Okay, just move in. Okay, so these are simple movements with a distance. So of course later on, lots of combinations. Let's say the guy maybe does a spinning back kick, and let's say you just do this kick as he showed. Not the one here, the same leg. Because sometimes you don't know. You just don't know. And somebody like Yanis can kick very well, very flexible. It's again, you don't want to go in and let him do this. So this chance is the only one he has. You don't want to let him go up there. So if he tries to do that, you're in. So if his space is gone, this is what's going to happen to him. Okay? So this one, or you have what you just saw, the snap kick, and then you did the spinning back kick. Yeah, see here, boom, boom, I'm already in. So no space for him for the second one. So it's all about how can I apply your pressure on him, okay? So you see that the time, remember I explained with the hand? The same concept is here. So the time is me going in. As soon as he moves, I'm in and put pressure on him. So there are lots of combination, or the same thing is, you see lots of people, if you're around us from the Muay Thai style, if he gives me a kick, you see them this kind of things, ouch, a woman or a smaller man, somebody's untrained is going to break his shin and hurt. So we don't do this. So all what in Wing Chun is scientific, and actually it's created by two women, as you know. It's about that these people, if they're physically not built well, can still use their skill, their techniques, according to the concept of the feet, strong kickers. So if he gives me a Muay Thai kick, he's kicking and moving. Okay, same thing again. You're in here. So in this case, very slow motion, doesn't really matter which side. If he kicks me here, boom. These are the kick Michael showed before. Remember when he did this kick? Okay, the jab kick he showed before is same thing. If I'm here and he gives me like a Charlie horse, boom, boom, then I can do this. Very slow motion, boom. Because he has muscles here, doesn't hurt my shin. If he gives me, so because the space is not large enough to give a kick, that's why it's become, we call it jab kick. But here I can kick him and move in. Same second, if he gives me a Charlie horse here, I'm here. Boom. Very close. Okay? So you understand all this movement, same thing like with hands. Later we call it chi gurk, like sticky hands, sticky legs. Okay, and you have to wash them, otherwise they get sticky automatically. So you understand these things. Or if even I move in and he kicks me and gives a hook kick. Okay, let's say you trick me with this and then come with the hook. You see? Something like this. Really doesn't matter if I'm here. So I'm here, see? I can just move in. So if I miss his first kick, I just go straight in for his second kick and move in. Okay? So there are lots of stuff. It really doesn't matter. He gives me or sometimes we close, maybe he opens, wants to give me a kick in inside. Second, boom. Okay? Just with the same inside. Listen, huh? So you go back, him inside, boom. Okay, just kick him, just you already pressure. Once you close up, what's happened when people like Thai kickboxers, they get pressured, they jump back, want to open back to the distance to go their kicks. This doesn't matter. Look, it's pressure here, same with the hand. If I have a pressure here, he drops his hand, I shoot. If he steps back, I kick. So the spring goes off. I want you to understand the same concept. As I mentioned again earlier, we don't change our concept. Nobody's punching or kicking. And then tape 3, I will show against throws, grappling, anti-grappling, basically. It's the same concept, okay? So what we're going to do now is show you a couple of combinations. So free that my students can perform a little bit. And you said that that's only Emin, also my student can move, okay? Thank you. Okay, you will see some action stuff here. So Michael doesn't know what Jan is, how he's going to attack him. Could be a kicks combination with punches or kicks. Any type of style if you want so. It could be from Thai boxing, capoeira, or whatever. So he's trying his luck on Michael, okay? Let's go. Okay, thank you. So you can see it really doesn't matter. I mean, any real fight doesn't look clean. In this dojo, in the gym, Kuhn, wherever you are, you're always safe. You can do nice techniques like Jan has performed earlier, it's beautiful. But hey, if you get kicked out, that nothing looks beautiful. You know, if you get somebody get punched in his face, it looks ugly. Okay, the idea is that you don't want to look that person get punched. You don't want to be that person get kicked. So it's very important that you understand how important it is for you to exercise realistically. But it's not, this is the end product. People have to train, we have to bring you step by step there. Now, I like videos very much, but still you need to go and practice, you need to sweat. Okay, books are very, very, very important too. But listen, it's all opinion of one person. But the important is that you are going and make that experience in a book or something become your own experience. This means you have to understand and you have to be able to apply it. If you just read and go and tell people about what the book means and try to explain it without you have really understood what it is, it's not your experience. Same as with videos. It's very, very important to see this, but hey, how can a video teach you sense of touch? But it's understandable. For you, it's very important to see visually how we move. So you have the interest and you come and train. Very, very important, okay? So the next step is what we're going to do is a little bit multiple attackers. Let's say 2 or 3 people against one, kicks and punches. So the tactics and strategy are very, very important. Let's say if I have you 3 guys up here. So you see sometimes things like this. I mean, I explained how you take one and all these things. There may be 3 guys, maybe here. So you see them all of a sudden, while he comes here, punches me, and he comes from here, hey, boom, boom, pang, and I'm like a movie star in the middle. I mean, this is not realistic. Because the same situation, if all 3 come at the same time, let's say like, kamikaze, okay? So I have to be really, well, I don't want to go back into Pearl Harbor, so forget it. So kamikaze, and then, it doesn't matter. So let's say if he does it, it just gives me a snap kick in here. I go here to block this guy. I'm already done. It's already gone. So you have two hands. The point is now, we in Wing Chun, we don't fight multiple attackers at the same time. I mean, even they're at the same time, but we single them out. Very, very slow motion. Let's say these people chamber me, say in front of me. So whatever, if the first comes, I always go to the outside. Look, bang, I can always use them as a shield, single them out. Boom, boom, boom. He comes, boom, boom, boom. So you understand basically whatsoever. So whatever. So you understand. So it's very important that your footwork again. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, it's very important how you apply your footwork. So you have to be able and capable to maneuver your body very, very fast. It's just like a war. Okay. So tactic is in Wing Chun building. My tactic is if he punches me, the pressure goes over here. So tactic is I go outside and hit him from here. Use his force. This is my tactic. But my strategy is something I don't know, but I have to be trained or ready for every situation. Like if 2 countries get in a war, they have time enough. It's the same thing if somebody challenges you. You have time enough to study maybe if he has videotapes, if he had some fights, whatsoever. You can get some background research. And 2 countries, they count their aeroplanes, count their tanks, the submarines, whatever, the missiles. So then they can say, okay, where is their station? So therefore they build up. But a fight in a nightclub or a bar, it happens immediately right there. That's what you have to deal with. So this means your environment, training, understanding about your environment, about your footwork, about tactics, strategy, about the distance, timing, everything has to be already there. So you have no choice. Same against single combat. This is right now and here. Okay, you have no time to say, hey, okay, let me go back to call my sifu. Or let me see, who are you? Let me watch your video first. You don't have that time. Because this is somebody you don't know. Has a blue t-shirt, white shirt on, you don't care. Could be also a yellow shirt, who cares? But what I'm saying is, it's Mr. Nobody. You don't know what he knows, and he doesn't know what you know. So its chances 50-50. If you train well, believe me, you will defeat him. You will win. So multiple attack is more difficult. But we do the same concept. You single them out. Okay? So let's say whatever they can, you start with a kick, whatever, let's go, whatever. So everything can happen, what I just showed. I could fall in, I could kick, doesn't look that nice. But you could see I'm not always in the middle. I'm not trying to spread out 10 targets at the same time. Everything could happen. You fall down, this happens, how fast you can apply back, okay? Okay, I show you some Wing Chun kick combinations against these kind of kicks in slow motion. Let's say maybe Michael started with a punch or whatever. I want to go in and he kicks me. We call it bongurk and then kick in here, move in. Or the same thing against, maybe he gives a roundhouse kick, pang, pang against his knee, move in. Maybe again this one, pam, pam. Okay, just move in and punch him. Or he gives me a snap kick here, just boom, move in. Here he uses this side, sometimes not always the shin, because as I mentioned, If he kicks, you don't want to end up, ouch, right? So if he kicks me, just parry and move in. So combinations like this, or if he gives a slow spinning back kick, something you can stop him, kick here, move in. Same thing against, if he gives me a side kick very high, move in here. So you see, you can go directly in, or a roundhouse kick, you can here, boom, defend and go in. So you can do these things with the hand and legs multiple at the same time, which other styles don't do. They either have punch or block or kick. So Wing Chun is simultaneous. This is one of the main characteristics in Wing Chun, right? Let's say he gives me a punch, I can do so defend, punch, and kick at the same time. So this is what many styles can't do, and this gives you an advantage. Okay, and then of course, you don't give him a second chance to counter-attack you. Let's say he gives me an attack, you move in, bring him down, whatever, and then go after him. Okay, so slowly, as you see, we cover the hand techniques, we cover the kicks. The next distance would be basically knee and elbows. And then we could go to the untied throw against like jiu-jitsu, grappling, any type, wrestling type of attacks, headlocks. This will be in tape 3 more and then on the ground, okay? So that's the same thing. He gives me a kick. Maybe I do this, go in, maybe I missed, and he goes to start with the knee. Same thing I can do again, okay? Depends on the distance, or he grabs my neck, like a Thai boxer. You see a lot, if he gives me a knee, a lot of people do this kind of things. So if I would be that person, he goes down with both hands, bang, thank you very much. So this is another thing. We don't want to open up our head, because this is the main thing you want to really protect. I mean, you hold trunk, but this is your computer. This is what makes a decision. So if he grabs my leg and he would, let's say, pulls me very strongly down, I cannot lift my leg to defend. So I was boom, I would use my knee, or boom. I would never let go his elbows. For me, I can go wham, I can boom, elbow myself. Or later, if he goes here, like this, of course, I can use these things again. Or he gives me a circular knee, maybe like this, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I will do slowly. So just it's very difficult. You see, I can really hurt his knees, everything very slowly. Look, if I do this, I do this. Okay, or the other way around, boom, 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 or the circular knee up here, pang, pang, pang. So I can do lots of combination, and they're quite fast if you go fast. So boom, I can very aggressive, very fast do the whole combination, and they look not much acrobatic, but they're effective. So again, if he grabs me very tight, it gives me knees. I can go up here, boom, okay. And also our elbows are much different. So whatever, if he gives me an elbow, I can cut him in, just like the punches. Or he gives me an elbow from here, I can come in, or give the elbow again. See, you can combine them all. And this is your advantage in close quarter fights. And this is what you're going to use. Let's say he wants to get me in a headlock later. Maybe I can, you can use these things. Because it's the same for me. If he gives me a headlock or an elbow, the distance is almost the same. Okay, I can go kick him, okay, and bring him down, whatsoever. Okay, so here's some little exercises. I'll show you some footwork too, but first, there's some exercises, as you can see on Yanis and Joe. They're doing the strengthening their muscles for Wing Chun, like a bong and jab gurk, and later also for your kicks. If you see the angle, if you drop a little bit more, this is the angle where you train your quad tricep. Your whole body is there, so this is also our kick, the thrust kick, or even our side kick. It all comes from the big muscle, and also they're training the side muscles. So it's a really good workout too, but it's mainly practice oriented. Any type of isometric forced power training, we do always with the Wing Chun technique itself, because this helps same time to build up the muscle you need to execute these movements in a fight, right? So a lot of martial arts, they lift weights and things like this, but the punch against punches build up your shoulders, so I don't lift weights myself. I have no time for it, but people think, but I do everything physically. So punch against punches, this kind of exercise, it's in terms for Wing Chun, it makes us flexible and powerful, okay? So it's very more like an isometric, because in a fight situation, you have to go longer terms pain through. And if you do like bodybuilding, there's a short times, very short and relaxed. So in a real fight, you're tense, all the time. So This makes you also train your fighting power, because the pain goes through and then the one wants to give up, but they can't. So it's a little challenge, always partner training. So maybe watch a little bit what they're doing here. They can switch legs to the other legs, parallel, same side, maybe both left and right. Andere Fuß, one guy, yes. No. Hey, one guy. Okay, good. See, just like this, so one pushes in, one out, see? And then later on it gets a little bit flexible, so you guys start the kick. Somebody kicks, you try not to kick back. So you really play under pressure, you see? Keep your balance and try not to wrestle too much with the hands, keep your balance. So you also, all of a sudden, you train, each time somebody withdraws, gets kicked. So just a little bit, some kind of fighting, a little slower, a little bit more with power, not with speed. Just do it slower and a little bit more with force. So you train really your muscles and the same movements. So it's always under isometrical force here, you see? Isometrics, that's it, you see? Slowly with power, so, and it makes you still flexible in our sense, okay? Our terms flexible. So you keep your hands up. Not too much wrestling with the arms, just straight to force with the legs. You can switch around, you see? Just to train, it's good exercise for your legs again. Okay, thank you very much. So next thing is, I like you to watch a little bit when we step, also against kicks too. So a lot of people, either if you box, they're here. What's happening, your lower part is very open and unprotected. So let's say if you're a puncher, everybody can kick you, sweep you. So a lot of people, I don't understand why we in Wing Chun, in my Wing Chun, why we have 100% our weight here. Our front leg is not loose. Michael, if I could have you, please. See, if my front leg would be totally loose and 100% like some kickboxing does, if Michael would sweep my leg, the weight of my leg would bring me off balance and he could attack me. So there are two things we have to really understand. If somebody gives me a really speedful jab and punches, this means that moment he's also vulnerable. While you're attacking, the way he attacks, because he leans in. So when you give me that thing, he cannot change directions. Because that moment he leans in, he cannot move if I can counter him. First. And second is, just like if you see we're talking, if he's off balance, hey, boom! If somebody's off balance, you're helpless too. So this is another vulnerable point for you. So balance is the key for everything. For explosiveness, for speed, timing, distance, power. So balance is A and O for Wing Chun and for Eskrima. So that's why for any martial artist, if you're off balance, how can you fight? Now, there are different ways of balance. We can be balanced here. You can be balanced here. This makes you feel your balance, but actually you cannot move. If I have weight here, how can I chase the guy? If I don't hurt him, bang, you see there, until I switch my weight to go, he's maybe not hurt or recovers, so I have a new opponent against. So the average person cannot afford that. If I'm a tournament fighter, it's a tournament, I know how to take punches, I can jump around, that's fine. Fantastic, nothing against it. But in real street, I don't want that guy comes after me a second time. This is what you have to really, really understand. Okay? So therefore we have no weight. And also we don't stay like this close, because if he gives me a roundhouse kick, it's understanding about timing. Look, he can hurt me, I cannot hurt him. Now if he goes back again, okay, kick me again, don't move that leg from there. Now look, he hurts me, I can't. Now watch, I'm not moving my head, and he's not going to step. Look at this, I'm going back in my Now, he needs to do what to kick me here? He steps in, this means I can hit him. Do you understand about timing now? So that's why we don't stay like this. If he's there, I'm here. So why should I give him a target? If my head is here, why should I give him 2 feet off target when I'm here? So it doesn't make sense, and he cannot kick me anyway. Now, of course, a lot of people, maybe he makes a jump kick in here and gives me a snap kick. So we do not move. Maybe we go here over diagonal a little bit. Very slow, I do it wrong. This is really wrong. If I go straight in diagonal, I will run into it. Same thing if I would be a Thai boxer or boxer. My reaction for the knee blocks are too late. And again, how can I ask a woman or a weaker man to do a block with a shin? He's going to feel pain, just scramble, and then the guy's going to kick his face probably. So therefore, if he gives me that kick, so our steps, if you can see here, see, it's a circle in here. So if he kicks me, it's like a wedge. It's same kick, same leg. I don't care. See, I let him pass and he runs right into this. Okay, same thing as if he gives me he's going to give me, for now, 5 kicks. Look, he gives me a cross kick diagonal over here. Bang. He gives me a straight kick, parallel. He gives me a snap kick. Same for 3 times. Now look, he gives me a cross kick over here. I'm still going to use the same. My circle protects me. You see, he cannot kick here. He gives me a straight kick here. Look. And it's not a block. I'm pitching him off. I intercept. So if you really look, if he gives me a cross punch here, look this. You remember in the first tape? And he gives me a cross kick same time. Same concept. Again, you don't need to change your concept. So if he gives me a straight kick here and a straight punch here, same concept. Okay? So it's the same concept again. So if he gives me a cross kick here and a punch there, look at the same. Can you see the parallelity now? It's the same thing, does not change. So if he gives me a straight kick here, look, it's the same here. So you really use the same concept with the hands and the legs. And later on in tape 3, you will see we use the same concept on the ground against throws, or if you're on top or underneath the person. For Wing Chun, really doesn't matter where. And I personally created anti-grappling according to the concept, so I contribute a lot for the development of Wing Chun. Wing Chun was not the same 300 years ago when Mui and Yim Wing Chun created it, and all the way to Dr. Loing Jan and to Grandmaster Yip Man till today. So everybody did their contribution that Wing Chun, since it's scientific and science doesn't stay still, it's always develops more and more, and time of street fight has changed if you get attacked in the street. When I use a street fight, we don't teach people street fight. There are lots of people that use title street fighter, killer instinct. We don't teach people how to street fight, we don't teach people killer instinct. Why? Because I don't want any of my students to get a killer instinct and kill people. I don't want anybody who goes in the street and fights street fight. I want people to realistically defend themselves, or realistic self-protection, if you want to call it like that. So very, very understand the importance for an instructor, how he represent himself. For me, it's very, very important that everyone, even you as an audience, listen, and my student understand exactly what I'm trying to do here. It's about really helping that average person to protect themselves. I don't want to create a rumble out of that guy and goes wild and then does the killer instinct stuff. Okay? So very, very important. It's about the average person. He does not have time to train whatever, like boxing. He needs to jump ropes and he needs stretching for kickboxing, and he doesn't train the technique so much. Okay? Or he gets attacked in different variations. Wing Chun is the absolute system, complete system, and Eskrima is the complete weapon system. So this is what we teach. Okay? So I want you to understand. So later on you will see Eskrima as well, and you will see the concepts are identical. They're all based on physics of nature. So what Wing Chun is Taoism. Taoism stands for balance, right? You hear all this word yin and yang. So what is yin and yang? Look, hey, in this movement, Bongzhou is yin and yang. My pressure forward is yang, but that I can give in the same time is yin. So mix, right? Or same thing, look, big yin, big yang. or my fist, look, very relaxed. You can say it's yin. But if I hit, what's going to happen? The explosion here on his head is going to be yang. So you understand what yin and yang physically has to do with martial arts. A lot of people think, or meditation, they're sitting on a hill and go boom, 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 and this is what has to do with martial arts? Okay, you have to understand, I mean, anything that's focused and concentrated is meditation. Anything you do intensively, even while I'm speaking to you right now, is for me absolute fulfilling. I'm happy because I'm focused on one point, because I'm trying to teach you something or give you an idea. I hope to help you. So this is, for me, it's absolute meditation because I'm happy with it. You see, any type of concentration is really meditation. Anything you love and you do intensively, makes you happy while you're doing it, at the time you're doing it, this is nothing else than meditation for you, okay? So because you feel relieved. And then also martial arts for me now is different. The fighting has changed. I mean, if you really look at that, like 25 years ago, there was barely judo guys, or what is normal, you know, like boxing or something in this country, in the United States, or in Europe. Judo was like popular, but wasn't not for the street. People did it in the dojos. But in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, was kickboxing. People kicking. Mid 70s, like, you know, all like the legends, like Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee, one of the first not inventors, but one of the person that started the full contact tournament type of thing with the gears. Look, they started to get more and more real. So people outside of martial arts start to see it through the movies and stuff. Hey, and then adapt, but needed 25 years. Every kid out there know how to make a roundhouse kick now without prior training. People do breakdancing, they know how to kick. People punches, the movie industry, everything. So the fighting has changed. You know, in the mid-70s was very traditional karate. Kickboxing, the American type of karate, the modern kickboxing was the early 80s, late 80s, and then late 80s, and then early 90s really was Muay Thai boxing. Thai kick, really tough kicks, hard kicks, hardcore. And then early 90s till now was jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling. So the type of the martial arts and the fighting, the enemy or the opponent you're facing changed. So Wing Chun is scientific, it adapted always. So we have to go by time. And 300 years ago, well, and in Hong Kong, they fight like hui and hai, right? All this, you saw the classic 70, after Bruce Lee, all the Kung Fu movies come out. See, they were all very, very fantasy, right? Animal imitating. So who fights like that? I mean, there must be maybe 300 years ago like this. I don't know. But now it's, people get more real, people train harder. So the average person out there, I said they don't have the time, but also there's lots of kids out there that are still fit. You know, the bullies are fit. So they get the wrong impression from the movie industry or whatever, and they go in and start trouble. Maybe. You know, I don't want to criticize the movie industry all the time, but things affect us. Everything affects. What I'm saying here affects you people. So I want you to understand, I don't want to be a negative issue. I want to be a realistic issue here. I want to open your eyes and say, look, hey, this is what is real. This is functional, and this works for you. But please don't misuse it. Okay? It's always, all these martial arts, they were developed also for training your character, forming your character, become or turn into a better human being. Be more friendly. Look, I can smash everybody, I can hurt people, but now this means I can afford to be very friendly now because I'm confident, right? So I want you to understand this is a perspective the way I like to see it. Okay? So I don't need to be tough. So if the necessary step is there and then the situation is there, I can prove I'm tough. So why should I do it before? I want you to understand this approach I'm trying to give you here. So all this is something with philosophy to do. All this is yin and yang. And then the concept in Wing Chun, I said, is Taoism, is physics of nature, balance. So that's what you see here. When, if you see, look, everything, remember the circle, the center line I explained? So I have here Bongza, we call something half under, half up. Our center line, if you look at the center line, the same distance is above the center line and same distance. It's always 50-50, always yin and yang. If I do a ganza, now I have to take my whole arm. Center line, look, half of mine is up, half. If I take both hands, look, 50-50. The center line will go through here, half off. Look, half off. So yin and yang is always there physically. Many martial arts sites cannot explain this. They say, well, woman, man, air, water, whatever. They try and then, what do you try to tell me? So I want you to understand what this has to do physically, especially in Wing Chun you can see it. Okay, and this means balance. And this is what I said earlier. Balance is the key to success. In fighting, in real life, love life, relationship, business, you have to be balanced. If you're not balanced, you cannot reach anything. Because you're distracted everywhere. Okay, you have to fight, and fighting for your balance, you're distracted, you're not connected with your opponent. In business life, you're distracted, you're not focused, people steal your money. In love life, you lose your person you really want to be sharing your life because you're distracted. You're very confused. So I want you to understand how important it is outside of martial arts generally. Balance is really, really important. There are lots of these things, or maybe take a knife. So maybe he has his knife and then comes. Now it's very, very dangerous, so I don't want to do this kind of thing. You're in front of the weapon, try to twist his arm all over across your body. People do this, or again step. They go here and then they bring the knife all over front of your face, or maybe here. Look, I don't want to do this. There are lots of styles. There's sometimes like Shining the movie. Now see, this is very, very funny because even he stops my hand, I cut him. Okay, it's very, 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 just a little change of an angle. no matter how good it is, and Joe is a very fast person, try to catch my hand. Just a little change of an angle. And I don't need to be even fast. So even see, I just need to pull. Okay, no playing pianos anymore. So very, very dangerous. Even here, very important that you guard your vital organs. Because this is a cutting weapon, is a blade. Hey man, if you see that, if you can run away, run away. If you're cornered, you can't, you have to fight back. If he really attacks you, if he wants to step you, have no choice. But still, use your limbs. It's better you get cut here than being stepped somewhere here. So in front of your body. Okay, don't play a movie star or something. So I usually always like, whatever he tried to step, boom, everything you do is direct hit. So don't try to go for the weapon only. Ask him, this is wrong what I'm showing you. Because he has a second hand. And he can go, okay? So if he comes in, whatever, so maybe something like that, or whatever. So you all right? Okay, so even he pulls back, you can maybe be here, okay? Whatever. So, okay, maybe you're here, right? So you can fight back. Now you have more chance, but still, what I teach also is lots of police officers. When you get in this kind of thing, somebody has a weapon, you have to wrestle for the weapon, it's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. The best thing is you can knock him out before that. It's really, really difficult. Once you're on the floor and wrestle with the guy for his weapon, it's very, very dangerous for yourself too. So whatever, so maybe, okay, whatever. Okay, cool. So there are lots of things. Maybe get something else. Give me a stick and get you a knife. Okay, so this is change the situation. Now I have a stick, longer reach, here's the knife. I'll show you both versions, but don't get the wrong idea, okay? I don't want you guys to take a knife with you and then experiment around. It's just, could be an umbrella. Let's say I go walk on the street, I have my umbrella with me, and then somebody pulls a knife, or it's my purse or whatever, okay? So even I'm here, straightforward, so I don't care. It's not like style shows you like this, pang, then they want to twist your arm and disarm you, or comes here, pang, and then do this kind of things. Remember again, he has always one hand. Okay, so I really don't care if he has his knife in his hand, whatever he comes. Okay. So just hit him. Everywhere you hear this nice sound. Can you hear the microphone? Everywhere is a bone. I don't care about his flesh. This gives him a bruise. But everything is a bone. Smack is broken. He loses the weapon. Okay? Generally also, this part is very dangerous with some object like this. You can break, you can kill somebody very easy. This is very dangerous. I want to address this as well. So therefore, if you see, but if he has a knife, he's after my life, is something else. Again, you need witnesses so you can prove that, okay? We're teaching real self-defense here to protect yourself. So it's not a, they also have tournament, which later on I'll show you like a sparring, how this looks like. Okay, so the same thing, of course. If I would carry the knife and somebody has a weapon, I mean, it's a weapon system, I want to show you this, but I don't suggest you to carry a knife and run around with it and try to, okay? Because when you have a knife and you pull it, you will use it. And it's probably going to kill somebody maybe. Then you're in trouble, okay? But still, it's a weapon system. I just want to show that we can do things. Even he has a longer weapon than I attacks me. Just careful with the kicks. Quick. Straight in, thank you very much. Okay, so it's just a little bit short for you, but that's dangerous, you see? Just cut, step. So easy to step somebody, it's very, very dangerous. You can see it, whatever. Because you do slide once, the next is a step. Whatever it does, maybe slow motion, couple of things. Punch, crack. Just slow motion, just keep moving slow motion. Crack, crack, crack. I don't care, wham. Goes that straight in, who cares? Okay, good. So if you give me a stick as well. Yeah, I take my ugly stick. You can have yours if you want. So there's another thing, this is a message for you. He needs his stick to attack. In reality, if you get any weapon, any object, you have no chance or choice to say, hey, I don't like this weapon, I want something else. You have to be capable to transist to any type of weapon, any type of tool. Could be a stone in your hand, could be a newspaper, could be a plastic bottle, could be a real bottle, whatever. You have to be capable of using it in a screamer. Okay, when we're here, you attack me, whatever. See, I'm not even really blocking. So I'm using the offline. I'm stopping him before. Crack. My weapon is too slow. He hits me. Maybe you hear this one. Crack. But I still continue, so it's not a block. You see lots of different styles. Hit. Go back. Okay, so they do something like this, but we don't care. It's real reality. So he wants to attack me, he wants to hurt me. I better hurt him before he hurt me. Okay. That's a nice sound. So here I was late, very slow motion. You could see I was hitting a number one, I was late. Also hit my stick. I continue, crack, you see? I don't stop my attack. So it's like an attack is being hindered, stopped, but boom, after it's being released. So give me some, whatever, double-handed, nice heavy strikes. Okay. Quick. Move. So sometimes if you go see, I just move in. If he opens up like this, I'm in. Okay? So the way we also strike, I want you to understand where the force of the strike comes. If you see, lots of people swing. Or some people do abanico, like from the wrist. It's all what you get. Okay, so we hit lots of the body and more circular movement. Very short when I'm ready. But if I swing my stick, I'm here, so or I miss him. Wow, but if I hit him, he takes the stick away, and I miss it. And I'm ready again. And if I hit, it's much harder than the swing or the wrist movement, you see? So, or like the cutting movements I do. It's very boof. I'm ready again. My weapon is up. I'm protected. Okay, just. Okay, if you watch his body line, you see how the whole, my power with my body weight, when I sink it, how it shakes it. Okay, very short and I'm ready again. Okay, so very, very important. You can also, can you hold a little stronger? Multiple strikes. If I swing, I cannot do multiple strikes. So if I'm here, I can do a few more. So I'm always ready. So no matter what, even I miss, take the sticks away, take it away when I come. But I'm always there, I keep hitting him. So you never get a chance, just like chain punching, to get the next move onto me. So I'm always on top of him.
Since 1984, I&I Sports has featured the largest selection of paintball equipment, martial arts supplies, boxing gear, and custom knives. And with discounts from 10 to 60% off, there's no reason to shop anywhere else. So stop by or call us today. Visit any of our 3 Southern California locations 7 days a week, with stores to serve you in West LA, City of Industry, and Carson, or call 310-715-6800. I&I Sports, we've got what you need.